Hi and welcome. I'm Helen of HP Healthy, and today I am going to share with you some information about the mantra Om. So if you've ever been to a yoga class, you may well have chanted or heard chanted this mantra Om at the beginning and or the end of a yoga session. And you may be asking yourself, why are we chanting Om and what is it? So Om is a symbol which you may be familiar with. If you're not, then if you look down at the text here, you will see a picture of this symbol of Om. It's also a mantra which is chanted in the yoga tradition, and the philosophy of chanting this mantra Om is that the sound that we create when we chant Om creates a vibration, and this vibration is a universal sound. So the idea is that when we chant this Om, so we create this sound of vibration in ourselves, we're connecting ourselves with something greater than ourselves. So we're connecting with the universal consciousness. So this, in a sense, is why we chant Om at the beginning and end of a yoga session, to kind of open the session in a conscious way, connecting with this sense of universal energy, and then at the end, again, closing that energy back in. So aside from this snapshot of the philosophical aspects of the Om, why else would we want to chant this mantra? So in one sense, it helps to bring our attention inwards. So it's a really great practice for just bringing your awareness into your body, into the present moment, as you're engaging your vocal aspects with this chanting. And you're also engaging other senses, so you will feel the vibration that you're creating when you chant Om in your body. You can also hear the mantra as you're chanting it. And in addition to that, you can close your eyes while you're chanting. And if you're familiar with the visual symbol of Om, you can actually visualize this with your eyes closed. So this is how we bring our attention really inwards when we chant the mantra. In addition to that, we actually tend to slow our breath rate down when we chant Om. So we naturally begin to inhale slightly more deeply and then to exhale slightly more slowly. So naturally, as we chant several rounds of Om, the exhalation becomes slower than the inhalation. Now, when we slow down our exhale, this activates what's known as the parasympathetic part of the autonomic nervous system. So you may have heard this term resting and digesting. So this is what the parasympathetic part of the autonomic nervous system is doing. So it's really bringing the body back to its natural resting state, which often in daily life, many of us are living in what's known as fight and flight mode. So this is this sympathetic part of the of the autonomic nervous system. So we're in this sense of urgency and rushing and this kind of feeling of an emergency which may not actually exist. So when we are able to slow our breath rate down and allow the exhalation to become longer than the inhalation, we help to shift the balance back and allow our body to reset, coming back to this relaxed state, which can have many benefits for our health and our general well-being. And the other aspect of chanting Om is that when you create this vibration, you're creating a vibration within the body, and this can be sensed in perhaps all the cells of the body. But in addition to that, there's some more recent research on the benefits of creating this humming sound, which is what the Om chant finishes with. So scientists have found that when you create a humming sound, the nasal cavity has some changes which happen, and so the idea is that when you create this humming sound, the levels of nitrous oxide in the nasal cavity are increased, and they have found that nitrous oxide has an antiviral effect in the body. So this may have some health benefits in addition to the benefits of slowing the breath down and generally relaxing the body. So these are kind of many of the benefits of Om. From a personal experience, I can say that also when you engage with this practice of chanting, so with this Om mantra, you're engaging with this this kind of play with your voice. So this expression and this confidence of expressing your voice, which can also be transferred into many other aspects of your life. So not just while you're chanting, you can take it with you into your daily life and feel able to more confidently express yourself freely in many ways. So this is kind of, in a nutshell, some of the background of why we might want to chant Om. Going into the technicalities of it, the chant of Om is the vibration of 3 sounds which begin with Ah, and then it moves to Oo, and then lastly is So this sound is created just by making this sound of Ah with our voice. And the way that we change to those 2 other sounds is just by changing the shape of our mouth. So we begin with the mouth wide open with this ah, and then we begin to slightly close the mouth and it becomes ooh, and then we let the lips gently close and it becomes So this is the sound of the Om chant broken down into 3 parts, and the school which I have studied in tend to give a guideline for the length of those 3 parts of the Om. So the idea is that the Ah will last for 2 counts, the Ooh for 3, and then the will last for 5 counts. So imagine if you're chanting and it takes you 10 seconds to chant 1 round of Om, then it will be Ah for 2 seconds, Ooh for 3, and then for 5 seconds. So this is just to give you some guidelines for the technicalities of how to chant Om, because often times when you go to a yoga class or you want to chant, you're too busy thinking about, am I doing this right? How shall I do it? So these are some guidelines. So now we will chant Om, and I would invite you to join me and to practice the chanting together. And I just invite you to join me as an experiment. So it's for you to see how you feel with this chanting and whether it's something that you would like to continue with. And it's not really to say you should chant Om because I'm telling you to. I've given you all the information and you can make that choice whether it's something that you would like to integrate into your daily life. So just sit in a comfortable position. You don't need to be sitting on the floor in a meditative posture as I am. You can choose to sit on a chair. Just if you are sitting on the chair, allow your feet to be flat on the floor and your spine to be nice and tall, your shoulders relaxed down away from the ears, and bringing the hands onto the knees or the thighs with the tip of the first finger and thumb touching, and allowing your eyes to gently close. Just take a moment to bring your awareness to your breath. And we will chant Om together 11 times. So let's just take a long breath in through the nose and exhaling slowly through the mouth. Feeling all the muscles of the face relaxing. And then with the next inhale, we will begin the chant. So inhaling deeply through the nose. And just pausing here for a few moments, feeling the vibration of the mantra and observing how you're feeling. And then keeping the eyes closed, gently bring the palms of the hands to touch in front of the heart and then rub them together until they become slightly warmer. And once your hands are slightly warmer, place them gently over the eyes and allow your eyes to slowly blink open. And then release your hands down. So thank you very much for practicing with me and for watching this video. I would invite you to experiment with integrating this Om chant into your daily life if you feel this is something that resonates with you. I tend to practice Om chanting in the morning before speaking. So as part of my morning practice, I will usually chant 11 rounds of Omkar, and sometimes in the evening also. So I would invite you to experiment and to play with introducing that into your daily life. And thank you very much for watching. Wishing you a wonderful day.